That way we don't get in trouble.
That's the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Oh. Ready?
You can go anytime you
All
want.
right, fair enough. Let's call this meeting to order, the first BCA meeting of 2026, a number that doesn't make any sense at all. Attendees of this meeting on the BCA, we have Pat Hemingway, Terry Redfield, Sherry Tournay, Meredith Morgan, Herb Childress, Robin Chestnut Tangerman, Chris Fenton, Patty Kenyon, Isaac Yackel, and Carl Haynes. As a member of the public, to keep us honest, we have Nora Rubenstein. That's who's here. Did I miss anybody? All right, hearing none. I am acting as the chair because I was the chair last year, but we do need to reestablish our officers. So we will begin with nominations for chair.
I nominate Herb Childress.
Yeah, you would. Okay, further nominations? Those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. I'll do it. We need a vice chair.
Terry, you were it last time.
I was it last time. I'll nominate Terry Redfield to be vice chair of BCA.
I second.
Further nominations? Hearing none. Those in favor? Aye. And clerk of the BCA.
I nominate Patty Kenyon.
I'll second that.
All right, who seconded the vice chair?
I did.
Thank you. Yeah, who seconded the chair? That's where I was.
Right there.
Terry.
Terry. See, it's like a Robin game.
And everybody seconded you.
All right. Do we have, all right. Do we have further nominations for clerk? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye. All right. All right. Last time we met was July 10th, 2025. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes of that meeting? Are there thoughts and comments about those minutes? Hearing none, I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
I'll second. Sorry.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good. All right, so here we are talking about town meeting, which is coming up in a little more than 2 weeks. Informational meeting coming up in a week and a half. So, Patty, you have a poll workers list for us to read.
What we've done in the past is to just approve anyone who's on an active voter on the voter checklist. Which means that I get to choose, I can pick from anybody who can be available.
Is available and
And willing.
qualified and willing, and yeah. And that's
Okay.
worked well last couple times.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, having it, you never know what's gonna happen, so having it limited, it makes it more difficult.
Right, somebody gets sick, somebody has to leave town, right? Are there any concerns about that? Hearing none, I will move that the poll workers may be drawn from any registered voter in the town of Middletown Springs.
I'll second.
Before we vote on that.
Yes.
Do we have any opportunity for input between now and the time they're selected?
Yeah, absolutely. So I did put it together a draft schedule. I have some questions about people's availability, and then I do have the list I've had for a long time. And we'll pull from that as needed, depending on, how this all goes down. We do have, my biggest issue is people who've done it before are easier for me, because I don't have to train somebody fresh, that's all. So that's what I've been pulling from. And it's the same list we've been using for the last 4 years or 3 years as we roll in and out with different people, but basically the same list.
Patty, I know, it's a lot going on meeting day on the election. But if somebody volunteers for the first time and we have more bodies than we need, does it make sense to have somebody here to be an observer so that they get a chance to get their feet wet and come back and do it fully the next time? Or would that just be a logistical pain in the butt?
I don't know, I'd have to really think that through a little bit, but.
Okay.
I mean,
Anybody's
the
entitled
daytime, I'll just say this, the daytime shifts are no problem. Not a big deal, like there's always someone on the table who's done it before.
Right.
Sherry did it for the first time last year, right? Or was he,
I was a greeter during COVID, but this time I.
right, in terms of
In a
working a table.
Yep.
Right,
And the third shift is a bear. And counting is really a lot more detailed than
Right.
some of the people who've counted in the past
right,
remember,
right,
because we have to
right.
prove out to the tabulator. We
Right.
can't just say this is what we got and everybody's happy. We have to come to a specific number,
Match.
and that makes things difficult.
Mhm.
Right.
So those are those things I'm gonna talk about as we go through, so.
Okay.
And since you can also just have observers here
Right.
anyways, then I would stick to letting them be observers.
Just be general observers.
And they can be in that area, that way they can see everything, but be out of the way.
Right, that's fair. Good. Any further commentary on that motion?
Does not both political parties have to be present at all times?
It doesn't have to be, it is recommended, and that is something that I try to do, work hard to do. It's not always achievable, and I've been doing that since I've been the clerk, so, yeah, I make an effort. We have a list of Republicans, we have a list of Democrats, even though we are not, as a state, no one has to declare what they are.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know, it can be a little bit tricky because there are people such as myself who avow I'm independent, but
Right.
people do not believe me, so therefore they think that I'm a Democrat, and then that's that, and so you cannot. Yeah, so it just becomes a little bit squirrely, a little bit tricky with some. If someone wants to challenge every single person or make sure every single person is an opposite, what is an opposite when
Right,
you're
when they're
progressive
parties.
or
Right.
a separate party? If you're an independent, that's a separate party. If you're progressive, that's a separate party. If you are a Republican and Democrat, so that's four parties,
Right,
right? So there's a little more wiggle room.
Right.
Just to nitpick, independents are not a party.
right,
No.
Well, Bernie Sanders is an
It's an
independent,
affiliation.
but as
Yeah,
a,
right.
whatever, but
Yeah.
it's maybe not a specific party, but
It's a
Right.
group.
it doesn't fall under one of the other ones.
Right.
So it is a separate
Right,
An
category
entity, right?
when I'm trying to pick people.
right,
Not that I know who other independents are.
Right.
Like,
They don't caucus.
yeah, and we don't have to say what party we're
Right.
affiliated with when we're on a voter roll, so.
Right.
It was just a point.
right. All right, I will put it to a vote. All those in favor? Aye. Done with that. All right, the famous tabulator testing.
Well, so tabulator testing, it's not gonna happen next week because the cards haven't even been sent out yet.
Oh, really?
So
Okay,
they're not gonna get sent out probably till Tuesday. So I'm gonna be on the fly on tabulator testing. We don't have to have people here, but people have wanted to be here. So when I get them, I'll decide and I'll put out an email and people can say if they wanna come or not, cause
Okay.
basically. Elizabeth and I can test the tabulator. We don't. During regular work hours.
Right.
It's not a huge deal. It's not a huge election. So, but I will put out an email to the BCA if other people wanna come. I know that sometimes Sally has wanted to be here. I know sometimes you wanna be here, and that's perfectly fine. It's just that. I don't know why it's gonna be.
Fair enough.
And we wanna do it as soon as we can, so it's gonna be last minute is basically what I really want to say, is because if they come Thursday. Then I'm gonna wanna do it Friday morning or Thursday afternoon if I can, because we're supposed to do it 10 days ahead. So that if something doesn't work, we have time to fix it.
Right,
So
okay,
nothing's ever gone wrong, but
right.
So is the first.
that's
Yeah.
right.
No,
Knock on.
so just keep us up to speed on that.
Uh,
All right, the third item is folks to deliver ballots. We have
Yeah, so-
ballot delivery teams set up.
Yeah, that's teams and, that's basically. Since a lot of people get their ballots mailed, we haven't actually had to use them. But it's another one of those things that you just don't know if you'll need them or
Right.
won't need them. And we are supposed to have them set up, the BCA set up, people who can. So that is one person from each party that would deliver a ballot, the person would vote it and they bring it back. So I don't know who is available to do that.
So I blocked
On
out the
call.
whole day, so if whenever I'm not here, I'm happy to drive around.
And it could be before the election as well.
Right, that's fine.
So
So,
I have one person.
I can do it too.
Okay.
I've got time, so.
Okay.
If you need it.
I'm not sure you can, because you're in a contested race on the ballot.
oh, good point.
Yeah.
So,
I can do a spare badge, probably.
okay.
Depends on the day.
Yeah,
Like, of course.
Yeah, that's me getting it, yeah.
Right,
it has to be a JP, right? It can't be.
Yeah,
it has to be a BCA member.
yeah, BCA.
You can put my name down.
A BCA member or justice?
It doesn't have a
member.
BCA member.
Okay.
That should be fine, because we barely ever need it, but if someone's not around, we call someone else.
All right,
And I've got, yeah, so.
so I've got 4 names, is that right?
Yes, you, Sherry, Terry, and Meredith.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Fourth item, town meeting 2026.
Yeah, so,
Ask a question.
of course.
We in the past had the assisted voting device for people who had. Vision challenges in here,
Yeah,
and it hasn't been used for a while.
it's used only on state and federal elections.
Federal.
Because in order to program it, it costs thousands of dollars, and so local elections, we don't ever pay to get it programmed. I mean, if we had a person that actually came in and used it regularly, the town might do it, I would ask the select board or whatever, but we don't, we've never had anybody use it.
And 1 year, it didn't work.
And we've got that part pretty much figured out,
Voted the wrong way.
but we do have that part pretty much figured out.
Yeah.
Like we can, when we need it, we know how to program it and
Right.
work it.
Right.
Between Meredith and myself and Elizabeth, we're all pretty well trained on
Thank you.
it. So the discussion part that I want to talk about is, so we have, not only will we have write-ins for our town meeting, as we usually do, we are gonna have write-ins for the school meeting. Now, you both worked in that little room with all those ballots and going through write-ins. I can't see how that, with 2 teams of counters, it could work. Cause we're gonna need 2 teams of counters for the school, because there's gonna be a write-in, and you don't know how many you're gonna get.
Right.
And so this is input from both of you as to how that worked with the big machine in there for people. And then trying to sit down and do your write-in teams, if 2 teams could work in that little room. I don't feel they
Yeah,
can.
I think it'd be difficult. It wasn't bad because last year there weren't write-ins to speak of on the school.
Yeah, there's
ballot.
always
We
a
had
few.
handful, right? So that was trivial. And having 4 people in that room feeding ballots is, that's fine. That's not a problem. But if we have a really
have to sit down at the
significant
table, because
number
where
of
are you gonna put
write-ins.
the ballots that you have to pull out
Right.
of the machines before you can even get to the
Right.
write-ins?
So the question then could become, could we use the table in the lister's office?
Well, my
For that.
thought is to put you in the vault.
Okay.
So not that you would
Close the door, walk in the door.
door, but the county team would go in the way back of the vault.
Yep.
And the other county teams for the town would be in the way back of this room. I can then have my eyes on both teams. And you just, the biggest issue is breaking down and getting stuff in the vault before we go in there with the voting stuff, right? So there's promotion, it's both are
Right.
areas that are used a lot, so it's trying to just be aware to be more quiet.
Right.
To, get that stuff, if we have to find a space over in the corner just to put stuff to begin with and not get it back on the shelf until the next day.
Right.
So that
Right.
other stuff can start. And that room has 2 tables right now, and I think we actually end up putting another table in there.
Right.
So there's plenty of room for people to.
Right.
We also have to put the ballots through from Wells.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
So
that
check-
before the
check-
county
right,
all happens.
Right, check my thinking on this process.
Go in there.
Right, so we're gonna have the entirety of town meeting run through the tabulator. We're not gonna we're not gonna close the tabulator down until we agree on the number. And then we put the new card in to do the school. So it's not gonna be until 7:30 or 8 o'clock,
Well-
start putting ballots in for the school.
If we can. We're trying to just come to a number, like the town clerk in Wells said. You gotta get to the tabulator number. There's no reason why you can't just run your tabs and get to, and then the county teams have to do their work to get to the tabulator number, because that's how many ballots went in.
That's right.
And so. The tabulator, you can be done with that as soon as you have that number, and as soon as whatever's been in your auxiliary has been
Right,
transferred.
Right.
Or the ones that don't get read have been looked at by BCA members, those are the things that take the time.
Right.
After close.
but what I'm thinking is that it takes, if we have 500 or 600 school ballots to run. That's more than an hour's worth of work to just feed things into the machine. We don't look at write-ins until after they've been fed into the machine. So we're not gonna start doing the write-in review until 9 o'clock. And the other write-in team will be long done with theirs, probably.
Never happens.
Okay.
I mean, I've never seen this write-in team be done before the school write-in team.
Sounds like a
People
challenge.
just,
Right.
because it takes a long time, we have
Contest.
different prices with write-ins.
Yeah, right,
And so you have to go through that stack, you get
Yeah.
stacks of 25, you have to go through that stack 4 times.
Yeah.
Because you can't do 4 things at
Right.
one time, you have to do one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Especially when you gotta prove it out, 'cause
Right.
then, last year, remember Carl, we had to go through the big long tape and find the one, we couldn't find it, we did find it. But it was late.
yeah, so we're not gonna start working on the school until 9 o'clock, so, there will be, with the space set up,
I
the
would
way
say,
you're proposing. we're
but I'll
probably
just
should-
put everything
Yeah.
in there and you'll be running them through in there as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, cause they're
It's
not
just-
here till at least 7:30, cause they're both.
Usually, right, yeah. Right,
Yeah, well,
so, but
yeah,
yeah,
we're rarely ready when they come.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
think your plan of having two groups in 2 physically different spaces totally makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I just can't see it happening in that little tiny room and having anyone be able to. Come to a conclusion.
And be able to pay attention to each other without all the
Yeah.
shit going on around.
And it's still gonna be a challenge because it's still gonna be a little bit noisy between the 2 groups. So those are the things, and so I'm gonna need some extra. Counting people that. Are good at it. So I have people I know that are good at it, and I was hoping Sean would be here because Sean is good at. He could run one side of one team and Kelly could run the other team. Cause they both totally get how we have to work it and how to do it, and I cannot
Right.
micromanage it.
Right.
Right, I need someone who can take care of it and doesn't come to me with a mess at the end that can't make it work. So. I'm hoping that I can get Sean. If not, I'm gonna need someone else that I can rely on to be that person. And hopefully someone who's done it before, right? But, Chris, you can count school ballots.
Give it a try, Chris.
So if you-
Why don't you visit?
Being on the county team is just being on the county team, which isn't,
Right,
you know,
so I could do the school.
you can do the school.
Okay.
Right.
So I just want you to know that. So I have put you in that for that for schedule.
Thought you could get out of it that
So that's my biggest, and Pat, I wasn't sure about you and what your schedule was, so that was another one of my, not sure of. Could you, I mean, whether you could work in the day and do accounting, or whether you can only do one or the other, or not at all, Mike?
Oh, no, no,
Okay.
I plan to work the day shift.
Okay.
If
And that's
it
fine,
works out, the 11 to 3 shift.
correct, that's where I have you.
Okay, the accounting is a little questionable right now, I'd have to have somebody sitting with Don.
Yep,
And I don't know if I probably could find somebody, but I can't 100% guarantee
Right.
it today. But as time goes on, he's making amazing progress.
okay. Yeah, so this is what I have based on what we did last time. Isaac, I'm putting you at counting because I know nighttime is easier for you. And so what I'm hoping is Sean and Chris school, and then I have Robin and Herb in school. Or if I can't do Robin and Herb, I will fill in with someone else. I don't know if I can have David Carr or not. He's counted before. I have Carl at you as counting with Haley and Terry and Pat, if Pat's, so.
Are you interested in counting?
Sure. Well, so I have Sherry on the 3 to 7,
Yep.
right? And that's what you did last time because you were great at the third shift. You can't do third shift and count. That's the problem because you're too busy doing,
Doing your.
Tallying up,
trying to figure all that stuff out and it never comes out right, even no matter how much you experience.
with Anita, and she's awesome.
Yeah, so I have Nita too, because
Yeah.
I'm trying to put, and Sally was also on, Sally
On
on
this
this,
side here,
yes.
right.
So I kept that team because you guys did it last year and you did well at it. So this is, if you wanna look, this is what I have. I was checking in with you, that's where the little highlights are.
Okay.
One thing that will be much easier for me is I won't be at town meeting the night before. It'll be the week before, so that'll just be coming more fresh on the morning. Hopefully it means I'll be more fresh in the evening, I don't know.
So Patty, can be available anytime, all day.
Okay, so I didn't have you in the daytime, but I can. Problem is that I have people who like their shifts in the daytime.
Yeah.
And so I wanna accommodate some of that because I don't wanna lose them. And I figured
This is the counting team?
the two,
This is
pair one,
Okay,
pair one, pair two, pair three, so I'm thinking 3 for town and 2 for school,
okay.
right? And so
This one wouldn't be a late one.
the
Right?
town ones can sometimes be late.
Yeah, I know you're gonna have some writings, but.
And if you'd rather do on the school team, I'll put Robin in the town
No,
team.
no, leave me on the town because the school's gonna go on and on.
Well, I mean,
Thanks, Pat.
that's write-in. The town has 4 races with write-ins, and then we get write-ins on random things. The town's only gonna be a lot more write-ins. So you think about that, I mean, that's definitely flexible, and that's even flexible until when we're here. The night we're here, we can say, oh, I'll go in there with so-and-so. As long as we're mindful of the party thing as you guys,
Mhm.
and I pretty much have a good mix here for parties, because I've gotten that pretty well down, and I don't know if Kathy's still available or Stan's still available, but this is where I'm gonna start, and then they're gonna tell me.
Yeah, you have Diane down, you have,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, I think she told me that, she told me.
I don't think she likes it, so.
She
and
does.
I know
She
Stan
told
likes
me
it.
she was on the 3 o'clock shift.
That's what she was last year.
Diane was on the middle,
Oh, middle?
she was in the
Who's that
middle,
with? Who's that with?
Clara,
Yeah, she thought she was on the,
Right.
I talked with her tonight and she said,
she's always in the middle shift,
She's
that's
always
what
in
she
the-
always asks me for,
All
that's
right,
what she's always
okay.
missed at. So the last question I have, 5 minutes left. Does anyone feel they need me to do a training, and if so, on what?
No.
I feel okay.
Okay, that's fine, I'm not begging to do a training, I just wanna put it out there if people feel like they need to do a training. If I come up with some people on, in here, you know, and I will always, someone can always come in at any time and I'll go through it with them. But if we have 5 people, I'd rather just do it once. So. I'm happy to do whatever.
Okay.
Okay, so that's good, so we don't need training now.
All right, I'm gonna back up one and ask Patty and Robin whether there's anything that we need to consider having to do with information meeting.
What do you mean by that?
Just are there any logistical things that we need to think about, help out with?
So
Are we,
Andrew came in last week and we've talked about the setup and we're doing basically the same thing we did last year. Which was very pared down, but it seemed to work okay, and even when I listened back on the Zoom, I could hear everything I needed to hear and I could take the minutes.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Because the school board was wondering about this, and maybe it makes sense. Do you have the ability to register people at the meetings, the informational meetings? Would you be willing to have that available for people to register to vote who are unregistered?
Well, the only one that, your meeting's the only meeting that makes a difference on?
Well, no, in this town, if you weren't registered to vote, but you knew about the informational meeting, it might be an easy way to register people to vote. And yes, this came from the school board because there are more unregistered voters in Wells.
I can't register well.
I know that, but I'm thinking about it for our town.
Yeah.
And as well as for our residents.
I mean, it's logistically. If
I mean,
you,
you just have the paperwork there for them to fill out.
I can have the paperwork there for them to fill out.
And then we could ask Nora to do the same for the school informational. Nora. Sergeant.
Yeah.
Sure, but
And then.
that means someone,
Would collect it for them.
that's great. But that doesn't have any, I'm getting it confused with wanting to vote from the floor, which the school does. They won't be able to vote from the floor.
Okay,
Because I can't register a Wells person.
right.
And if I'm trying to take the minutes and be the clerk of that meeting, it's hard for me to be registering people.
Well, that's why I'm also asking.
I can just take-
in line with what Herb was just asking.
Someone can fill out paperwork.
Yeah.
But it doesn't get them in the system.
Correct, but if you had it available, it would just make
Yeah,
more
paperwork
people,
can be available.
because sometimes people just don't realize. And you see that, you'll get signatures on a petition and they're not registered voters in the town, so.
Yeah, I mean, I can bring registrations to the. It's just a form,
Right.
anyone can bring that to the town meeting.
Thank you.
What was the sense that was the informational meeting? Did I?
No, no, it's whatever we have here.
No,
So we bring a mic.
for the resolution part.
I brought the camera,
that's when they
the old
open it.
camera that we used to use over there.
Yeah.
And then Matt brought a Bose speaker. the year before, Max and Mark were this big integrated thing, which was great, but we don't have, we didn't have the tech. We couldn't do that. Max was sick last year. We couldn't get him to help us do that. So what we did was this Cobb and it worked fine. So I figure we'll just go with that because people in the room could hear, the boat speaker was loud enough and people on Zoom could hear.
Great.
And I could hear, when I listened to it back, I had no trouble hearing to record, to do the minutes, because I don't do the minutes while I'm sitting there, I will do them after.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel like I was actually surprised how well it worked. And it just means that the same as when Max and Mark did it, you still have to walk up and talk. We
Right.
asked people to stand up and move a little bit to the front. So that the speaker will definitely pick them up, right? They're not talking into somebody else's head or something.
Okay.
So,
All right. Is there anything else that we need to discuss at this evening's BCA meeting?
other lawful business, none, it is 7:00.
Right on the dome.
That's good. Who would like to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll second that.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Yeah, so I'll be in touch with the schedule. And we'll get out of your way. We'll stop this meeting, so you guys can start the meeting.
Oh, no worries. It was long.
What?
Can I stop the recording?
Yes, absolutely.
They gotta find it.
And then just end.